as world leaders gather in Copenhagen.
And legally binding cuts in their carbon dioxide
Conference
emissions.
teeters on a knife
President Obama arrived in Copenhagen this
America
morning.
and China are at loggerheads. David Schuckman, BBC News in Copenhagen.
Hi, I'm Sam Otieno. I'm from Africa Talks Climate. I'm here in Copenhagen for the youth debate, and I know it's going to be a very busy day. What I would like to see is young people being the voice of reason that would help world leaders make decisions that make us move forward and get a deal at the end of the conference.
We have BBC partners today. The World Service is producing World Have Your Say for a youth debate. World News is producing The Greatest Debate on Earth, which will have 4 state leaders in discussion with Stephen Sackur. We're working with the British Council across the whole day. They've funded Africa Talks Climate and are bringing their climate champions, youth ambassadors, to the day. And then this evening, we're very lucky to have Baaba Maal, the Senegalese musician, in conversation with Stephen Sackur and again in discussion with the British Council climate change champions.
The climate champions are young people. They're representing a large community of young people around the world that we brought together, many thousands of people in over 70 countries. They're here to help influence the debate.
We work with amazing colleagues across the BBC, and their expertise across drama, across news, enables us to tap into their talents and then transfer that to an international development perspective.
I think it's very good that the BBC World Service Trust participate to educate people by giving them the right information that they need in their life to see what's going to be their responsibility in everything that happens now.
Hello, this is Ros Atkins at the Copenhagen Concert Hall. Welcome to World Have Your Say. World Have Your Say is always looking to reach people we haven't already spoken to, and when the BBC World Service Trust and the British Council got in touch and said, come to Copenhagen, we've got a ready-made audience of almost 1,000 people in one of the best venues in Europe, let alone in Denmark. It didn't take us very long to decide to come. We're hugely thrilled to be here. Some of the best shows World Have Your Say done have been facilitated by other parts of the BBC or by partner organisations, and that can sometimes really help us reach people who we otherwise wouldn't be able to speak to.
Welcome to the Copenhagen Concert Hall.
And welcome to the BBC's World Have Your Say.
Here in Copenhagen, if any country claims to be a leader, it's responsible to other countries. No country should exploit everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. We've got various volunteers updating videos, updating our Twitter feed and pictures, as well as obviously updating the blog. So you're suggesting that leaders should take individual responsibilities for their actions? Everyone.
Down and ask our politicians to deliver.
But
there is no way they can step back on
Sir,
it.
you have been asking your politicians to deliver.
I'm afraid our time on World Have Your Say is over.
From all of us here at Copenhagen Concert Hall, thanks for listening and goodbye.
The ideas that came out from different group of people was great, like from Africa, Asia, Europe, and great thoughts from everyone.
The opinions of young people from different parts of the world is very strong, and it makes a lot of difference, to what the older generation are saying, with regards to the issue of climate change as a whole.
It seems to me that although lots of people have presented the Copenhagen Climate Summit as the last chance, those campaigners who are here are already moving on to the next last chance and feel that while they may have achieved some things, they haven't achieved everything they want, and the fight goes on.
So our role here is to be a connector and also to be a convener, because as the BBC's International Development Charity, we're able to bring together different sorts of media outputs, and in this case, it's the greatest debate on earth.
A warm welcome to Copenhagen and to a debate which matters to every single one of us on this planet.
I'm sorry, even if the developed world becomes carbon neutral tomorrow, the Maldives will still not survive.
Wonder, Prime Minister Rudd, does that not put you to shame?
Well, now you're asking me a different question.
You cannot negotiate with the laws of physics. You cannot cut a deal with Mother Nature. This is not a negotiation.
climate change, is hugely important to people who watch BBC World News, people in rich countries and poor countries. They may have different perspectives, but it really does matter. I think all the audience surveys show people are interested, and I think getting leaders on a stage to, debate with each other, debate with the audience, has got to be a really good thing to do.
Lots of different ways of getting messages across that we use in our different projects, but one of the ways is to use people who are known, and of course Baaba Maal is just perfect because he's rooted in African life. When he talks about climate change, he's not just talking about the theory. He can talk about what it's like for his uncle in his village in northern Senegal, where he himself grew up.
And I'm telling you, when you see the desert of Sahara coming to you, if you did grow up like me a long time ago where everything was green, and you see everything becoming like a desert around you, you get scared.
The main thing that we're trying to do is to make sure that African voices are being heard talking about climate change and making sure that information about climate change is getting into Africa. Today has been about getting some of those messages out and bringing those voices here to Copenhagen to be part of the bigger conference.
It's not about, shifting blame on climate change. It is about how well we soberly sit down to discuss our experiences, to discuss our knowledge, and to be able to ask ourselves now, where do we go from here?